Hi there, this is Mo with the double R, and you're welcome to Ladies Lounge, sponsored by First Bank, the bank that puts you first all the time.
The First Money Agents, them be.
Here's your opportunity to become a First Money Agent.
No matter where you play, Kanu to Igbo, them day, Abatu Yaba, them day. The First Money Agents, them be. Everywhere from Nigeria, them day, Afipo to Adipo, them day, Taraba to Calabar, Wayaba. The First Money Agents, them be. Whether night and you want buy, say money, take money, pay money. Them don't bring POS on your month. The First Money Agents, them be.
To register as a First Money Agent, visit the First Bank branch closest to you. First Money, close and simple.
You first. First Bank.
And welcome back to today's episode of Ladies Lounge. I'm so excited. Yeah? Okay, so it's a bit of, do I start this way? Now, if I sing this song, you guys will probably be able to figure out my my age bracket. But it's alright, don't worry. So who knows this song? Unbreak my heart, say you love me again. Do I sing well? Don't worry, I'm not singing. Right, guys. So I've got my friends in-house today, and we're going to be sharing our heartbreak stories. You know what they say, being served breakfast. I don't even understand the correlation between being served breakfast and, okay, so maybe the break. Okay, good. Right, so we're going to be sharing their heartbreak stories. But the idea really is that you learn a thing or two from it, right? Because every experience in our lives really is an opportunity to learn. You know, it's a lesson. Okay, so I've got my interesting friends here and a special guest. I'm really excited about this one. Guys, wait for it. Okay, so with me in the studio, Triple A.
Hello.
You're welcome. And Fabulous Julia.
Hello.
Yeah. So who can guess who my special guest is? Okay, guys, let me help you. And it's not a lady. Yeah? You didn't see that coming. Yes, it's a twist. I mean, why talk about heartbreaks and not have a guy in the house, you know? Okay, so give it up for SOJ.
Hello.
Hi, SOJ. Hi. Thanks for joining us
Thanks
today.
for having me. I feel like woman rapper.
Don't worry, you're man enough.
I mean, I'm the only guy here.
Don't worry. You're man enough, SOJ. And thanks for coming on the show today.
Thanks for having me.
Great. Okay, guys, so you know the drill. I'm going to be going around the room, and I know that this may be a bit emotional, yeah, but just as much as possible, would like to learn from these experiences. It can be, what's the word now? Going down memory lane, a little bit touchy. But I'm sure by now we can laugh about these things, right? We can laugh about them. So let me start with, Triple A, let me come to you first. So what's your memorable? Is it okay to, so I like the contrast. Your most memorable heartbreak experience. Oh my God.
Well,
okay, great. So
heartbreak is actually meant to be memorable.
You know, in that sense. So whether you were the one that broke the heart or they broke your heart.
Me, I'm not
the
okay. Heartbreaker.
Oh yeah, let's go. All right. You have the floor.
Okay, More, thank you very much. So you said something about being served breakfast. The Walamanje breakfast.
Okay, now.
Have you eaten breakfast before? Have you been served breakfast? Or have you even served breakfast before? So let me be truthful. I've not served breakfast before. I'm a gentle girl like that.
Okay.
I don't serve people breakfast, but I don't chop them before.
Oh, yeah.
Well, maybe not so many experiences. You call it the most memorable. So I would say the reason why this experience is memorable for me is because I was served, and not just by anybody or by someone I would call. I don't know, where did you get this idea of first love? Like,
boy, there's something as such as that.
So you people know about it.
Well, we do. There is a first love. There is something. Yeah, there is a first love.
So permit me to say this guy was my first love.
Oh my God.
I don't want to say. Okay, I will say I got to know him in my primary school.
Wow.
Wow. That we start No, wait now. Are you girls?
we're waiting.
Okay, so we actually met in my primary school. I think he joined our school, I think when we were in primary 5 or something.
Okay.
So, but somehow we got really close. Okay, so I would say something about myself. I really have a knack for getting close to people that people don't really like to associate with.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know what happened in my primary school days that people did not like to associate with people that used left-handed people.
Oh, really?
People didn't just like to associate with them. And this my friend, I think he wasn't popular in my school, I don't know. But this my friend, I would call his name K.
Okay.
Would just K, capital letter, don't attach anything to it.
K.
More.
Yes, K. Yes,
Constant K.
Yeah.
Chop knuckle. So I would call him that. He was left-handed and people didn't really like to associate with him. So that was how we became friends.
Okay.
So I didn't realize how close we were until I got sick at one point. I think we were now in primary 6. And the teachers told me they sent my boyfriend to greet me. I said, boy, wait, what is boyfriend? He came to my house actually, and my mom was like, which one is this? Kinika. I said, mommy now. My schoolmate, Okay. So that's how we became friends. And we were friends till all through secondary school. Of course, I went to a girls' only school, but we maintained contact after I left secondary school and in the university. So that was actually when we connected, and the eyes that have known somebody before now. Cannot recognize again. You get it? So we kicked it off very smoothly, and it was going good all of a sudden. And this is why it is memorable for me. All of a sudden, he visited me one day. I think I was in 400 level or 300 level. I can't remember.
Okay.
Then he came this day. Okay, at that time, he was using this very techie, fine Sony Ericsson phone. And I was proud of him. My picture was his screensaver. So each time he came to visit me, I was enjoying. How many people were engaged in university?
Sorry, the kind of things that used to thrill us.
Screensaver, man. I was thrilled. Me, babe.
Oh, wow.
Like I'm the love of his life.
Oh, yeah.
Only for that to come in one day. I just picked his phone. I saw his sister on the screensaver. I was like, okay, now what happened? Okay, change.
How did we go from here to there?
We had no quarrel. There was no disagreement. There was absolutely nothing. Smooth operation. Absolutely nothing. And in my head, I can't tell you the things he was using to blow my head then.
Okay.
He was a sports person, I had even his jersey with his name customized. I was a big girl now.
Okay.
So somehow, let me cut the long story short. But that could not explain why my picture disappeared from his screensaver.
Wow.
I served him food. After we had some talk, I was trying to talk him through what happened. Did I offend you? Did anything happen? There's something odd about you. And it was like, nothing. I didn't offend him. But I tell you, men and brethren. Okay, it's only man that we have here. Man and sister. That was the last I heard of him till date.
Oh my God.
Till date. No word, no message, no nothing, no excuse, no reason, nothing. I've not said a word.
He ghosted you.
As in, seriously.
So I don't.
As in how? Okay. This is another dimension.
No trace.
No trace.
Okay, no. I have trace. I've not spoken with him. But interestingly, his siblings were quite close to me.
I can imagine.
Somehow they still.
Yeah.
I was like a sister to them, so they still. I have their contact.
This is childhood memories.
I should tell you one funny thing.
Oh yeah.
Do you know that his phone number still rings in my head? Wow. But we've not.
Very intelligent.
Wow. We've not had a single exchange of words since that day. So
how many years now?
Okay, so that was in 2006.
Wow.
2006.
Okay, hold the thought there. I'll come back to how you moved, from that place, because I'm trying to imagine
But wait. Sorry.
No.
You know, sometimes, sometimes
wait,
I just
I'm
think.
coming back.
Okay, let me wait for
SOJ,
that.
Yeah.
let me hear from you. So, were you the one breaking the heart, or you were the one?
SOJ, na fine bobo.
You know, which way did it go?
What do you think?
You know what I think, so don't ask.
Breakfast and lunch.
If I start to join, yeah.
Heartbreak stories are different for men. Yeah, they're different for men.
Okay.
And I think for men, mostly it has to do with probably your first love, your actual first love. It might necessarily not be your first girlfriend.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it might be your first love. Let's just leave it like that.
Okay, let it settle in. I'm loving this.
So
Your first love,
Yeah.
not necessarily your first girlfriend.
To be sincere, I mean, just the way it is. Yeah. And yeah, mostly, you know, it's always, you're not prepared for it. You don't see it coming. You just find yourself, you know, and mostly when it happens, you know, it can take years for you to really get
To
over it.
rebound.
And I think that was what my story was about, you know, and it took me up to 10 years to get over it.
Wow.
You know, because
But
it
wait,
just,
before it happened, SOJ, how many people's heart?
no,
did
no,
you
don't let
break?
just get into
We should
that.
not get
The
into
story
that
is
one. We
about
should just stay on
your
this
most
lane, Abi.
memorable
We
heartbreak.
should stay on this one alone.
And I was one that suffered the heartbreak.
You chose the comfort
I
zone.
can imagine.
I was the one that suffered the heartbreak.
Oh my God.
And you
No,
know,
but really, I mean, nobody was going to tell me that their most memorable is the one that they broke somebody's heart. It will be the one
No,
that
it
you
could
suffered.
be.
No, we're
It could
waiting
be,
for you.
actually.
Really?
It's possible.
it could be, yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it
Okay,
could be.
let's hear this story.
Maybe the way the
The
breakage
thing
happened.
happened.
I mean, because for men, I think the reason why for me being this honest is because, you know, you have to come to a point as a man or as a guy that you
Yeah.
really understand what it is to be in love with somebody.
Wow.
Not when you think you are, but you know you really
You
not.
really are.
You know, but when you really love with somebody and you think, now I get the story, I get the gist now I understand it now. And I think that's why it becomes an heartbreak when it didn't go maybe the way you thought it was going to go. And also, it could be a turning point for a guy, the point you start really learning how to be more responsible as a man
Okay.
and understand that a matter of the heart is serious, you know, because you suffered what, you know, probably you've done to somebody else unknowingly.
That's so true.
And I think that's just the case.
But really, I like to ask a question. So, when guys break ladies' heart, wait now, don't give me that look.
Okay.
You guys need to see his face in the studio right now. You know, when you do these things, are you insinuating or trying to say that it's not intentional, unknowingly?
Yeah, most time it's not intentional. I mean,
Aha.
it's not because what is
Ladies, can you help me give him the look?
okay?
Yeah,
If
thank
I
you.
took you.
What do you mean? Please explain.
The point is, you might think we're exclusive, but you probably haven't talked about it. There's
Wow.
no understanding. No. Let's be sincere. There's no understanding that we're exclusive, or there's no understanding that this is the direction. You just maybe the other party just think, oh, yeah, this is what we
Wow.
should be doing. But
That is
there's
deep.
never been a conversation about it because
That is deep.
I think that is a challenge for men. We want to have a conversation about it and kind of like just position your mind, okay, this is what we're doing with this person. And you know, if there are other areas where you probably need to cut off and
Just focus.
yes. But if there's not been a conversation about it, and I think also that's where women get it wrong with men. There's no understanding between you and him.
Yeah.
You understand? There's no understanding between you and him. You just assume that this
So,
is...
I mean, on no account should anyone go into any relationship on assumption. You must have that conversation.
It does happen. It does happen, actually.
Okay, so
It does happen.
So,
because
in instances,
because there may be genuine attraction,
Yes,
genuine interest,
yes,
but
yes.
they just didn't have conversation about these things. You understand? They just didn't have conversation about it. But there
Okay.
is genuine attraction, genuine interest.
okay, great. Wow. So, this is inside, guys.
Ladies,
And I'm giving you guys
This
gist,
is inside. This is
for
inside.
relationship with yourself.
Do you understand? Did you get the gist about exclusivity? I mean, who would have thought? I'm happy that we had SOJ on the
Oh
show
my God.
today.
I'm sneaky on the men.
No, it's not. But you know, sometimes, when we sit amidst ourselves and talk, we never really get into your head, and we never understand the things going on, because the fact that a guy looks attractive, you guys just hit it off, there's attraction, you feel that that's just
You're on
it.
the same level.
You're on the same level.
The way I feel.
Meanwhile, we didn't discuss exclusivity. I'm like,
And also, I think when also women want to discuss about exclusivity, most time they also could come across a bit aggressive, a bit demanding, which is not supposed to be the case. The idea around talking about what we have or what we're doing is to be able to rub mind and agree on something, come to a point of common interest.
wow.
So that should be a conversation, that should be a dialogue. It can't be a demand in a way. And I think mostly that's also sometimes where women get it wrong. And when you come across like you're making demands, and also men could interpret it differently.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, so Triple A, let me come back to you. Now, for K, who just disappeared,
Ghosted
you.
Oh, I see.
Let's use SOJs. So, was there any conversation? I mean, because, remember that you guys pretty much grew into this. You've been friends. So, maybe we are the ones thinking that I'm in a relationship with this guy. Meanwhile, the guy is not.
Was it exclusive?
She may not be able to answer that exclusive portion.
Exclusivity. Me, I'm just thinking, SOJ. And he kept mentioning something around discussion. Who does the discussion? This Bobo. I knew that there was exclusivity.
Did you guys talk about it?
We were in a relation. Okay. I didn't mention a part.
Okay.
I actually had a ring.
Okay.
He gave me a ring. Promise ring.
Yeah.
A promise
But
ring or an
at the
engagement
time,
ring?
an engagement ring, actually. What now? At that age, would I still be doing promise up and down? We talked about it. So I was going to say something before you went to SOJ the other time. So one of the things that I somehow, I don't want to say silently, hope I could get is to just hear him say
what
this
happened.
was exactly what happened. Of course, I've gone past that. No, of course, after many years. But somehow, like SOJ is talking now, I'm beginning to just think about some things. What would have been going on in his
mind?
or something? Of course, I don't know. But if it's about getting to that point where we're on the same page, of course we were.
Okay. Julian, I'm coming back to you. But SOJ, let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
So is it possible that you do give a girl the sense of exclusivity, but there isn't?
There's possibility.
Hey!
You do it on purpose.
Hey!
No.
Okay, do guys do it on purpose?
When I say there is possibility.
So there is a possibility, which is what I wanted to get at.
You're getting me to snitch, but I'm going to
The idea is that our listeners can learn.
There is possibility. I'm a young man after all. But now they are looking at me. There is possibility.
Okay.
And it's not in all cases.
Okay.
You understand? When you already have an understanding, sometimes it might take some guys to cut off other things and just focus.
Okay.
And you could help him work through that journey.
Okay.
Some other times, some other guys come, there are no baggages to cut off and all that.
Okay.
But that conversation kind of like put his mind just to it and all that. But in a case where you had that sense of being on the same page and you're still thinking something is, there's always going to be a sign that probably there's something is going on.
Something is going on.
You might not be able to figure it out, but such men are always very smart about it.
Wow.
And it's not all men. I think it's just a personality problem or challenge. It's just some individuals and
smooth up.
So it's not like men are like that. It's just
some people. It just some others do have them. In the way they say it.
Yeah, because I think in our case, it could be that there was actually somebody already very close, but he's been trying to not cut it off or not but it was getting stronger than he could manage. Eventually he realizes that I've got more this thing on this
On
side.
this side.
He just
than
made a
here.
choice. And he didn't know how to handle
deal
it.
with it.
All he did was to make a choice. I'm sorry. And sometimes it looks bad because you are
At the receiving end.
You know, he just made a choice.
Wow.
Because some riffraff will probably keep 2 women, marry 2 women at the same time. I'm sorry. I mean, we know things are happening.
So we've got to give
Yeah.
this K
So,
guy some
I think
credit.
I think he just made a choice. And
Wow.
sometimes you can't
For
blame
being
him
so
for that.
honorable, to say,
No,
you know
no,
what?
no.
No,
I
you
would not allow you to do this.
The guy made a
I
choice.
withdraw my credit.
The guy made a choice.
Wow.
I'm sorry. The guy made a choice, and I think
And sometimes
choice
the
making, yeah.
the choices they make favors
them. Oh no, women.
yes.
I mean,
Okay, maybe the other woman.
No,
No.
so the
this
truth
It probably
is
saved you a lot of other
yeah,
heartbreaks.
okay,
exactly.
I get you.
I agree with you, Julian.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
I absolutely believe there's blessing in every storm.
Yes.
Definitely.
So, it hurts you, but it's like you're sick, you take
Yeah.
injection, it hurts you, but the doctor is trying to get you well.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's,
whatever decision he makes,
a friend
it's in
shared
your
a
favor.
story
Yeah.
recently. He was with somebody, and it came to a point, and he said, "If I eventually marry this person, I will cheat on them."
Wow.
For him to come to that point, he's just being sincere with himself.
With himself.
You know, he said he was going to cheat on that person if he goes ahead and marry this person. You know, and eventually he had to break it off. It wasn't easy, but even for the
the
woman.
lady.
But he came to that point and he said, he was going to cheat if he goes ahead to marry that
Wow.
person, and he had
Wow.
to make
This
a
is
different choice.
beautiful insight.
So it's not always a bad story sometimes.
Yeah.
But clarity as to what choice making is about,
Yeah.
even when it comes to a matter of the heart, how difficult it might be, you have to make a choice.
It's about choice. Wow, SOJ, thank you. I mean, it felt like we got into a man's mind and his head. I mean, that was amazing. Okay, Jules, let's hear your story.
well,
I'm sure she's the one breaking hearts.
I broke a few.
Okay.
And
Yes, the word is out.
And I think
She
that's
goes-
the best breakfast anyone can have.
Interesting.
I absolutely enjoyed that breakfast.
In fact,
Yeah, we dated for 4 years. We were supposed to travel out, go for our masters, marry if possible, and not come back to Nigeria, but it didn't happen. I didn't get visa to go, so I was here being, he did. And I was here being the nice
girl.
girl.
Oh my God.
Visiting parents
Oh my
and doing
God.
all the
Oh my God.
It was
My
it was
boyfriend is abroad.
not my boyfriend, please. At that stage, I wasn't talking about boyfriend
Exactly.
anymore.
Fancy.
In fact, if we allowed the church, they would have married us.
Remotely.
Not remotely, they would
Before-
force us
before he left.
But it didn't happen.
Wow.
This is why I say the universe works on your behalf.
True.
Just like what Esther just said, sometimes these choices must be made. And when you are weeping, or when you are crying, or when you're sulking, you don't know how far, how deep. And I have to say this here, God is stepping in to do stuff for you.
Absolutely.
But when you take time to look back,
connect the dots
you
backwards.
see where everything is going. So it didn't work, and somehow we got to know.
At what point did you know that, he moved on?
If I say this now, the person we know, So it was through an uncle. Wow. He didn't come up one day to say, but I noticed that initial times when we talk on phone, everywhere is quiet. All of a sudden, I started hearing, and I'm in the hostel now. Like this is not what it's supposed to be. But when you are in love, you don't.
You will not-
you
you will
make
not value.
excuses and all that. Till I was called and I heard, "Be careful what you're doing with this guy. This person is married." I'm like,
He was married.
Married.
He got
No, he got married.
he got married over there, and I was
Got
here.
married for papers.
Yeah, but marriage is marriage. That is me.
Either way.
Is marriage is marriage.
He had to do what he had to do.
I won't break your
Yeah.
relationship with anyone.
Yeah.
So the day I heard that, I started thinking about a lot of things, not in pain, but I started tracing a lot of things and connecting things, and I was like, okay, this is the statement I made, except you write it in the clouds and I see it broad daylight that if I don't marry this guy, I will die. I'm done. I made up my mind that day. So even when he came back and he was trying to have a conversation, I said, look, we can be friends. And I've gone. My heart is not made of brick that you can break. It's flexible. It's taking the shape that it has taken now. We still boarded the same vehicle. We went home the next day. I asked him, where are you going? How can I help? We went out together. And conversation almost, if you look at me, oh, Julian, I think I made a mistake. I said, no, you can't make a mistake. You can't. This is the best thing that can happen to both of us. That's the choice. Let's start going. You made your choice. Let's start going. Wow. So sometimes we need to look beyond the pain to see the blessing in the storm. Choices. Yeah. It's a choice. You can't force someone to stay with you.
Definitely.
You can't stop them from making their choices. Yeah. So he did. And I waited for a couple of years before I met the love of my life. And I understand why he didn't really work all these years with other people, because I'm happy I have what I ever dreamt of, and I will get more. I will still be a good girl.
Wow, guys. Today has been, what's the word? Explosive.
You see, I'm not an heartbreaker. You think I was.
SOJ, please don't go there. But don't really, I mean, we've got to say thank you for sharing those insights. I'm sure that a lot of people would learn from there, you know. So, young ladies, please ensure that you are very clear. Do you understand? Have that conversation. Don't assume. Oh, I mean, we just, you know, flow together. I mean, we just hit it off. You know, don't just hit it off. Have the conversation. Be clear. What exactly are we doing here? As in, what is the definition of this thing? What is it called? What does it mean to you? What does it mean to me? I mean, so let me share quickly before we round off today, because time is gone.
Did you break any heart?
Well, I mean, I don't know about people's hearts that were broken. Me, I was a good girl, but I was a good girl.
I'm sure you broke a few.
Well, maybe a few that I didn't even know about. But I mean, I then did get my own toss of a coin.
You were safe.
Yeah, but there was this particular, you know, point I was even referencing. It was in first year, and we were very close. I mean, and everybody just assumed that we were in a relationship. And I kept telling them, we're just friends. Like, the guy never asked me out, even though we were in the same class, we were studying together, but he never opened his mouth. And so when he goes, Benga's babe, I'm like, I'm not. He's not asked me. As in, so I don't. What are you people saying? Yeah, was he nervous? I don't know.
Some boys are nervous.
Yeah, well, in fact, you know the truth is, I actually like this guy. I tried to help him. Guy,
you tried to help him ask you out?
Seriously, as in, because I knew that he was shy. Yeah, seriously, I mean, I was that young.
But it's a good thing, actually.
And
but I think she believes it's not.
You know that I've been quite outspoken since I was young. So I'm like, Benga, exactly, what's up? What's it? As in,
am I your babe?
Like, as in, you know, like,
what are we doing?
Yeah, I, you know, I'm like, gosh, as a, I'll toss the person there.
You know what?
That was the cue. That was the cue you needed.
So for me,
guy man was interested.
Exactly, it was, but you needed to make a choice. Back to what Soja was saying. So in my head, if you can't take a stand, even when I make everything possible, no, guy, please move. It will become a problem in future, because at the end of the day, you then say to me that, oh, at what point did we? But guys, let's not go into that one. So,
can I say, you mentioned something that ladies be clear, young people.
Very clear.
So, do you know you can be told what you are doing with him or her, and he changes his mind overnight.
And you to so be, as you are clear.
You keep asking for clarity.
You keep verifying.
Okay, so the clarity would not be just once.
It's not a
You
one-time
keep-
thing.
something
Yeah, it's
like,
continuous.
yeah.
Right, SOJ?
Hey guys, the thing also you have to know the kind of person you are with.
Okay.
If you are with somebody that his ways are not straight, he can,
so you have to
can
keep-
give you guarantee, and you know that you can't take it to the bank. First bank will honor it.
Certainly not.
But there are some guarantees that has been given that
And then he also changes.
even very, very at the later part is when. So,
When
how do
something
you
else-
deal with this when it happens? I think those are some of the issues we need to actually talk about.
So,
The absorbing that shock
the shock when it does happen.
and moving from
Are
there.
you telling people to be prepared for heartbreaks?
No, but SOJ
Well,
is part of
that is
life.
life.
But these things
really, it's part of life. And I
Well,
think
can I
think,
mention
guys,
something? The
Jules-
guy in question, we planned what will happen if eventually
If
we
you-
break up.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
we
really?
discuss it. We talk about it. So I no skin pain when it happened. It's not
Oh,
because I was very prepared, but when
you
I
had
heard it,
talked
I
about
was
it.
like, well, life goes on.
Great. Okay, guys. So, I mean, our time is fast spent. It's been interesting. I know that this is one topic that we can go on and on and on and on. And it's been amazing. So many things to learn. Young people, young ladies, men. Okay.
Sorry, Murayo, I
enjoyed
remember
that,
something.
okay,
SOJ
before we
said,
go.
and I think
Yeah.
you should lay emphasis on that.
What's that?
When you're trying to demand where you stand in a relationship,
Yeah, it shouldn't
don't
be forced.
come like you're forcing it.
Yeah,
Don't
shouldn't be
play
aggressive.
demands. Don't be
It
aggressive.
should just flow.
Because that's the way you can learn the truth from
The
that
truth,
person.
without being
because it could just tell you what you want to hear.
true.
Yeah.
So that exclusivity will actually be exclusive in the sense of the word. Guys, it's been an amazing time today. I want to say thank you to my friends. Thank you, AAA. Thank you, Jules. And SOJ, the gentleman in the building who has made today very, very...
Exclusive.
Yeah, exclusive. Okay, guys, so it's a wrap. Thank you so much. We would love to hear from you. Please ensure that you write to us and engage us on our social media handles. On Instagram, it's at First Bank Nigeria, one word. On YouTube, it's First Bank NGR. On Facebook and LinkedIn, it's First Bank Nigeria Limited. You can also reach us on our website, www.firstbanknigeria.com. We look forward to hear from you and, keep this going. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. This has been brought to you courtesy First Bank, the bank that puts you first all the time. This is Mo signing out.
First money agents, them be.
Here's your opportunity to become a First Money agent.
No matter where you play, Kanu to Imo, them day. Abatu Yaba, them day. The first money agents, them be. Everywhere for Nigeria, them day. Afipo to Adipo, them day. Taraba to Calabar, one Yaba. The first money agents, them be.
Whether night and you want buy, save money, take money, pay money. Them don't bring POS on your demand. The first money agents, them be.
To register as a First Money agent, visit the First Bank branch closest to you. First Money, close and simple.
You first. First Bank.